According to the Lancet COVID-19 Commission, there are 4 challenges that must be faced cooperatively worldwide. The first one, of course, is to suppress the pandemic as rapidly as possible. The second is to meet the pressing needs of vulnerable groups. The third one is to prevent the public health emergency from turning into a financial crisis. And the fourth one is to build the world back better. Having all of them in mind, I want to concentrate on the disproportionate effects on the most vulnerable groups in Colombia and around the world, especially in the Global South. The homeless, refugees, immigrant workers, prisoners, women working at home, women subjected to domestic violence. We must bring to global attention the long-term economic and social challenges of the virus crisis, particularly those that the most marginalized segments of society will face over the coming years and are already facing, and of course how they could be mitigated. Civil society in the Global South is playing an important role during this crisis and has demonstrated the added value of cross-sector collaboration among organizations in different countries, because what happens in what country affects its neighbors, close and far. And this reflects in terms of access to food, to water, to medicine, to work, to livelihoods. We continue to amplify the voice of the Global South with an amphibious approach that develops ideas and perspectives and turns them into recommendations, practices, and activism based on our experience as countries with our own challenges and our own answers to those challenges. Based on this experience, we have, for instance, rejected the conversion of this health crisis into a security issue and insist in the production of knowledge based on civil society participation so that human rights are not violated in the name of security in the international agenda of human rights. Dejusticia has responded by analyzing the impact of the pandemic in human rights so public policy gets more informed, as well as we have also challenged before the courts some of the decisions made by the Colombian government. We launched a research and analysis effort called From Fear to Action, and this was done as soon as the quarantine began in Colombia. First, we hosted a series of webinars tackling issues from gender in prisons to economic policy and inequality, and now we have a whole series of policy papers analyzing each particular issue in depth. Regarding litigation, we also challenged our tax system in order to fight before the Constitutional Court, in order to fight this historic socioeconomic inequality of our country that will be exacerbated if the very rich of this country maintain their privileges without contributing progressively for social programs. We are still on time for our governments to understand that now, more than ever, the concept of the maximum of available resources should be applied to the fulfillment of human rights and the achievement of a sustainable and inclusive development. And in this task, we, you, members of civil society in the Global South, have an important word to share and a key role to lead.